Hello everybody, this is Doc Anime Robin. In this video, I will be unboxing and reviewing the Shokogun modeling project Might Gaine from the Brave Express Might Gaine series. And before I open this up, let me show you guys a full view of what this. So these pictures alone give you an idea what the figure can turn to. Let's get this open. So here we have the pieces of the model kit that can obviously to form into the action figure you saw from the box. And here we have the instruction manual and obviously the sticker to go with the. Now I'm gonna start building this up. Now we have the pieces assembled to these three parts, and I'm going to put them together. So these. And this is like the front wheel for the train. There you go. The model kit assembled in its complete train mode. Before we go further, I just want to show everyone a closer look. Like, see how this part of the figure, it looks like a barrel of a gun, and its cylinder. This is part of the reason why this character is called Might Gaine, because it literally is kind of modeled after a gun. Now let's transform it from the train mode to robot mode. go. Now it's in the complete robot mode. Similar to all SMP model kit set, this figure comes with various interchangeable hand parts as effect parts. And now let's put the hands on. As you can see, this figure starts with very small hands. One last step in the transformation is that we're gonna turn the top of the gun, the cannon, to this side. So now we're gonna change the hands from the small ones to the bigger fists. Yeah, as you can see, this can be slippery. We go. Now with this larger fist, the figure looks a little more complete now, doesn't it? Now let's try a few different poses with the other interchangeable hand. Here we go with the thumbs up right hand, and basically it's for Mike Gaine to give you some signs of acknowledgement or confidence. And then we have the straight pointing finger pose here. It's like when he's calling out to an enemy or accusing the opponent. The finger pointing pose. Pretty confident, right? Now, lastly, you have the pair of hands that's opened up, and I suppose you can do all kinds of different poses with as you can think them up, as long as you can exercise your imagination. And one of the easiest poses to do will be exactly this, like have your hands up, it's like saying I give up or something. Obviously you don't want to do that. And then the next easiest would be like have the hands on the hip pose, like I'm a superhero. Now that you have seen the interchangeable hand effect parts, I want to point out that whenever you are changing the hands, you want to keep this lever, which was the one that control to have the hand goes in and out of the arm section. You want to keep it steady, because if you don't, say no, I don't keep it there, so you see how like you can't really snap on the hand that way. Now you have to do that in order to keep it steady. Now I want to explore the articulation of this figure, its arms, and got the whole wide range of motion that can rotate, shoulders can turn. And its legs, knee can also, and the foot can have some rotating points too for balance. Can kick up. So if you can find a good stand for this figure, you can make some good kicking pose. Although one thing that can be tricky with this figure is to getting it balanced, because it's designed to, like, again, to set up the like a barrels of a gun. Well, so the weight's kind of centered here, so it can make it fall easily. But it can still be balanced. And its head can turn, although doesn't have the articulation to look up and down. Oh, actually it does, although the whole seat of neck can be moved a bit, so maybe just a little. So the one other flaw of this figure I should mention is that it's basically got the wrong color. If anybody did a search on the character of the robot Might Gaine, you know that the color of its green is supposed to be dark green, and this one it's almost grass green, so the colors are lighter. Same thing with the reds on its body, it's pretty bright, and again in the anime series his reds were a little darker, so overall for some reason they decided to go with a brighter color for this character, maybe just so they're easy to look at, but hard for those who the collector who wants accuracy. Overall, it would be a great addition to collectors who like Transformers and the fan of the Brave series. And the other flaw I would argue to check is, again, because since the figure is completely plastic, so and its articulation can also be its weakness. So if you try to turn certain part of its body too hard, you might end up breaking it. So whenever you're trying to make some pose and make any turns on the articulation joint points, just try. If you have to apply strength, do, but definitely don't push it too hard. You don't want to risk breaking the figure. And this wraps up my review for the figure by itself. And now we're gonna move to the character's main function. It can transform into the weapon called Perfect Cannon for its partner, the Great Might Gaine from the same SMP series. So, and let's get started. And to do that, we'll first have to change it back to its express train mode. Now, before I change the Might Gainer back to its express mode, I want to show everyone how it looks standing next to the Great Might Gaine, the partner that you can combine with to form their perfect mode. And doesn't that look like a big brother standing next to a baby brother? So we have Might Gainer back to its express mode now, and let me take a moment to quickly explain that in the anime series, Might Gainer's first appearance was actually incomplete, so it could not transform or actually turn into the cannon mode. So Great Might Gaine had to basically carry it like in its train mode and use it as a cannon to destroy a giant asteroid. And in this model kit, they did give the both Great Might Gaine and this model here, Might Gainer, the capability to make that posture to have Great Might Gaine hold a cannon like it did in the Anna series. So let me show you guys how they look. So we have Great Might Gaine here, and these are a pair of open hands that's gonna be exchanged with his fists, so they can function as holding hands to hold the Might Gainer in express mode as a cannon. Now I opened up Great Might Gaine's legs up a bit so it can be more steady for balance when holding the cannon. And also here you want to adjust its hand joint a bit, so this way the hand can move up a little. So now let's hold the cannon. Here we go. Got it. So this is how the Might Gainer first appeared in the anime series. For Great Might Gaine to carry it like that, to take it into space. It can also hold the cannon in one hand. So the weight issue, it's hard to get it to look good. also try to have it. Although because of chest armor, you can't really face forward, so you can push it like that. And that's it for using the Might Gaine as a hand cannon mode. And now let's transform it into the perfect cannon form. Now, in order to turn into the actual perfect cannon mode, we actually have to revert back to the robot mode and add on this effect parts. So now back to robot mode. In order to turn into the perfect cannon mode, we start by taking out some parts. The head goes in. And now we change the legs to the base of the cannons. It can get a little tricky. And back there, turn the cannon on. There's another effect parts you need for this transformation. Well, evidently it's done so as in the perfect cannon mode, this legs will be held more steadily. And now we're gonna flip the main cannon around the body. can be tricky because we're trying to get this thing out. And don't forget, we need to pop this part off. See this hole down there? That's where this little cylinder goes in, evidently to hold the can in form. Now with this, the cannon form is basically completed. Though there's one more thing. So this armor piece is supposed to slide in here. See. And then lastly, this one goes all the way in the back here. So this is the perfect cannon. It's now, let's see, it's gonna combine with Great Might Gaine to form Great Might Gaine perfect mode. Just one little thing here, the small red cannons also need to be flipped toward. So now basically all the guns that's on the Might Gaine's body is all pointing forward. Now in order to attach the perfect cannon to Great Might Gaine's, specifically to attach to his right shoulder, you're gonna first do one more last bit of transformation on perfect cannon, which is to get its hinge out, and it's hard to do it without a tool. So here, that's the little hinge you're gonna use for attachment. Then you're gonna attach it to this spot here on the wing. So to do that, first it's best to remove the wing first, and then see, that's where the hinge is going to be attached to. So there we have it. Great Might Gaine perfect mode. And yeah, it's not really the most spectacular look. Unfortunately, I guess they couldn't make the cannon any smaller than it should be. there is only one pose Great Might Gaine can do with this perfect mode, and that is basically hold the perfect cannon as it fires, which I'm gonna show you guys how it looks. And to do that, I'm gonna have to change his fist to the open hands again. So this is it. Basically, he holds the cannon steady as he fires the powerful beam attack that obliterates the enemy. And so it can be tricky to do because you have to get the arms around the chest armors. And another thing that make this pose not exactly so desirable is that he'll essentially cover up his face, so you can really, from various different angle, you can really see how Great Might Gaine as you perform this ultimate attack. So yeah, whichever you do from the front is still the best angle. So ultimately, this Great Might Gaine perfect mode isn't exactly so perfect, but however, with this big cannon on his shoulder, it's kind of imposing, and due to this extra weight completely focused on one side, I heavily recommend if you move this figure around while in this perfect mode, don't do it in long distance. If you have to, it's best to detach the cannon and then reattach it when you can settle it down, unless you only like take 1 or 2 steps with it. And a reminder that the handle that attach the perfect cannon to Great Might Gaine's shoulder is actually very small, so it's that's a part of the reason why it doesn't get so steady up there. So, which is both good and bad thing. It's good in the way that so if it doesn't get stuck there too strong, then you're not gonna have too much trouble to remove it. But it's bad again in the sense that it can't stay very steady on the shoulder. It can cause you problems. So again, if you want to move them, it's best to do them separately, unless you only take 1 or 2 steps. And there's another feature that comes with Might Gainer that works with Great Might Gaine is that it comes with this transparency support parts, which can actually be pieced into a few different shape. And there's instruction here how it can be attached to the Great Might Gaine's waist, so that these pins can go on the holes on part of Might Gainer, so to a support to hold it in the gun mode in various poses. Yeah, but I've decided not to try those display for this review because I do not believe it's designed really so well that it can support. You might need a very steady display stand to do that, and even so, I don't believe those are nice poses to work with. But for those who are so skilled with playing with these model kit, I hope you succeed. And also, again, let's see this part of Might Gaine, the support part that basically connects the upper body, which turns into his section as the cannon mode, or the gun-like barrels and chamber that connects to like the rest of the body. These are always like in use when you're doing the transformations. You gotta be very careful when you try to turn, because again, this is pure plastic, not like any form of metallic support parts. So if you don't you twist it too strong when you try to transform it, it can get broken, and that's not fun. And again, so another limitation for this Great Might Gaine Perfect mode is that unfortunately, if you want to see how awesome it looks, you have to either face forward or have a Great Might Gaine look to the right, because if it goes this way, you can't see his face. It's like the cannon turns into his head, which obviously is weird. Another limitation to having this perfect mode is that you can only really make display and look at the Great Might Gaine either from the sideways like this and the front, but you cannot turn it to the right, because it'll be like the cannon turns into its head. You can't see his face, and that'd be kind of weird. And you might also want to find yourself a fitting stand for Great Might Gaine as you work with the perfect cannon. Otherwise, it can be pretty imbalanced while trying to keep the cannon on his shoulder like that. In any pose you try to make, it can easily be fell down. There's another effect part I've chosen not to demonstrate in this video, and they are a set of 3 cables, which in the series they are like power cables to connect the Might Gaine in its train mode to function as like handheld cannon for Great Might Gaine to use by using the cable connecting to his wrist, which basically is. Let me give a closer look and show you guys. See those 3 holes on top of on the effect parts on the cannon. These cables are supposed to connect to those holes, and so this effect part that's supposed to replace Great Might Gaine's wrist armor to function as power transfer cables. But again, all the handheld action display with Might Gaine as handheld cannon can be even more imbalanced than this mode, which is why I don't want to play around with them. And if you guys are intrigued and think you can face the challenge, good luck. This concludes my review for the SMP Might Gaine and its combination with the SMP Great Might Gaine to form the Great Might Gaine Perfect mode. And thank you so much for watching. If you have any question, please feel free to post them in the comment section. And if you enjoy this video, please click like and subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much for watching.